what I'm talking about. Women never skip leg day. Why? Why is that? Why is
What's up, guys? It's your boy Ibrahim. Welcome back to my page. Got a brand new video for you guys. I'm actually not looking the part, so I do apologize for that. I was actually going out, but then after seeing this video, I was like, you know what? I gotta make a quick video to this. I gotta really react to this, and I felt it was disturbing. So yeah, I appreciate my subscribers. For those of you who sent me multiple videos, sent me a lot of questions for me to respond to, I will get to them slowly but surely. But yeah, let's jump right into this video. We've got a brother here who approached one of our hijabi sisters, and he went underneath her, lifts her up, and places her on his back and does a few leg exercises. And after I clicked on this link, it actually sent me to his page, his YouTube page. And scrolling through his page, he actually has a lot of videos where he goes around and lifts a lot of girls on his back, half naked girls, and he does this basically for a living. And unfortunately, her video was also in the mix of that. So I went ahead and watched. It's just a short clip, really. I wanted to highlight certain areas really where the behavior could have been better, the approach could have been better. And I want you guys to know that I'm not here bashing the sister. I'm not here judging her. We're not perfect. But, you know, there are situations where we can do better, especially if we knew better. So this is hopefully to educate those out there. Hopefully, you know, for those of you who are placed in this kind of a situation, to try to do better. Yeah, so let's jump right into it.
dance? She wanna dance. Dance. So we dance like this.
So he goes ahead and easily lifts her on his back. I read some of the comments that said that she didn't see it coming and that it was quick for her to be able to react. But in the situation where when he lifts her up and puts her on his back, she goes ahead and says, "Hey, record this," to her friend. So this sort of shows that she's accepted the situation. She's okay with the environment. Whether or not she's nervous or not, we don't know. I don't know. But that's besides the point. The fact that she told her friend to record this almost says, hey, I approve. I'm fine with it. Let's go ahead. And then one of the things to really think about is that I really noticed here is that her friend is also has the hijab on. And this is where it's important to have the right circle of friends. Because her friend could have stepped in, even if she wasn't aware that, you know, that what position she was in, and that there's someone recording her, that this situation is not the best situation for her. Her friend could have stepped in and said, hey, no, get off. Hey, stop that. We should go. Hey, don't do this. You know, like if her friend was in that position of where, you know, she was aware of that, she could have done it, but her friend doesn't do that. In fact, she goes to proceed and records and allows her to be in this situation. So this is why it's so important to have quality friends who really would check you if you get out of line, who really wouldn't allow you to be in this position, or who wouldn't allow you to publicize this kind of a behavior. Because her friend is not only recording her, but she sees that there's a cameraman. And sometimes you might have control of that recording. You might think, oh yeah, I'm just recording my friend. But he has his own cameraman. So you don't know where this video is going to go. And you might think, yeah, I'm going to post it on my page. But look, he also has a cameraman and he posts it on his page. And now you've become one of the many videos that he has lifting these women. You know, and I don't know if you would ever approve of that. But it's up there. You know, so that's something to really pay attention to. The quality of friends in this situation.
I need her knees. I need one. At least one. At least one. Hold tight for this round. Let's go. Never skip leg day. That's what I'm talking about.
So it goes on and on for a few seconds. Enough time for her friend to continue to step in, to say, hey, no, don't do this. Excuse me, don't do this. It's not appropriate. Stop right now. And it also gives her time to think about it and say, hey, you know what? Enough is enough. Let me step down. I shouldn't be doing this. And sometimes we think that our behavior only affects us, right? But it doesn't. Sometimes it affects our family. Sometimes it affects our community. Sometimes it affects our relationship with others. Sometimes it affects our work, our school, everything around us. And we might think like, oh yeah, I don't care about those people. Well, those people can change your life. You know, those people have control of certain areas of your life where you do find happiness in. You know, your workplace, like your community, you might be looked at a different way, and you may not want to be there. And some people might say, yeah, you know, you shouldn't live your life based on what people think of you and how people will react and how it's going to affect others. Yeah, but if you publicize your bad behavior, you should think about that. Because what if your parents are in a group of circle where, you know, they are leaders in the community? If your dad is an imam or your mother is in a circle of halakha of women and she's a guidance counselor, she's helping the community. You know, what if your community is such a small community where it's a very religious community, and this kind of a video surfacing to that community will affect your parents, and it's not a good look for your parents. You know, so you should really think about that. Like, where is this video gonna go? Sky's the limit. It can go anywhere, and it can go to anyone who might be in place of your employment, who might be in place of your, you know, your school, in place of your family. You might have kids down the line. It might affect, you know, so something to really think about.
She wanted to dance. She wanted to dance. She wanted to dance. There you go.
So she did have a moment to adjust herself. She goes ahead and says, let me fix myself. So he gives her that time. Again, this is a moment to say, hey, let me get off, let me get down. But in fact, she proceeds and says, let me fix myself. I don't know if it's for her recording, if it's for the crowd around her that's really looking at her and sort of, you know, pushing this behavior and motivating her to go even longer. So I don't know what she's fixing herself for, but again, more time to really think about how to get out of this situation. You're being recorded, right? So.
Hey. I could go all day. She could sit right there. Jump with it. She could sit right there. Don't skip like this. Let's go. Okay. Uh-oh. That's what I'm talking about. Women never skip like that.
So she gets off, and instead of walking away, you know, the situation could have been different. Could have ended here. Done deal. In fact, she goes on to proceed and say, your turn or my turn, where you get to ride on my back. And he goes on to ride on her back, and it ends right there. And that you know, this is just disturbing, right? Because you have to feel for your Muslim sisters, because as a Muslim man, you have to feel for her, because this situation could be worse for her. You know, the consequences could be worse. I don't know how it's affected her life. I don't know how it's affected her relationships, but you have some form of jealousy. The Muslim man has a form of jealousy, whether it's a wife or a sister or a stranger. You have that feeling of like, nah, you shouldn't be treating my Muslim sister like that. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be this easy. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be this easy to get a hold of her. Like, nah. You know, if I was there, I would have definitely interfered. You know what I'm saying? And even if I didn't interfere in that situation, I would have counseled her right after. Right? I'd be like, hey, listen, you know, that wasn't a good look. You know, just make sure that either he deletes that video, you know, or you try to like keep that to yourself, right? Because you have a responsibility. We have a responsibility in society, you know, because you don't want kids to be like waking up and thinking like, you know, a guy gets a hold of that, or a little boy, little girl gets a hold of this video and think it's okay, it's normal. We don't want to normalize this behavior. We don't. There's so many situations where we've become like that of society. Like we've become, like some behaviors we've allowed, we've accepted, even though it's frowned upon in our religion, right? But we've accepted it, we've normalized it. A lot of kids think this is okay, and I don't want kids to think that it is, because it's not. You know, it's unfortunate that she happens to be in this situation, and I hope that, you know, she really sort of comes back from that and doesn't hopefully doesn't engage in this kind of behavior down the line. And even if she decides to, it's her life, right? That she doesn't do it in public, and that she doesn't allow others to record her, because it does have a lot of consequences, you know. And I appreciate whoever sent me that video. Really something to think about for yourself. And if anyone knows a sister, you guys can, you know, can get in touch with her. Tell her your 2 cents. Please be respectful, because sometimes the approach is really what matters, and it's important to approach her in a very open, you know, with open arms, and not be judgmental, and try to just let her know, you know, and sort of help her through it. So yeah, that was a brand new video for you guys. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Till next time, peace.